Hi, everybody, and in case you didn't realize it yet, it is the Happy New Year time, so people are thinking about making a new change in their life, getting their relationships in order, or perhaps starting a new one. So for those of you singles that are out here, we have Christie Nightingale joining us. She is the founder of Premier Match, which is a fantastic matchmaking service. And so people have some New Year's resolutions, perhaps, for dating. We've also got a nice little full screen here for you so you can write it down and memorize a singles guide to creating a new dateable you. Don't you love that? Mm-hmm. If you weren't so dateable and so fabulous before, don't worry. 2011 is your time. All right, Christy, so take us through it. The first one there, go ahead.
Okay, well, the first one is take responsibility for your lack of dates. What have you been doing over the past year? Take an inventory, reflect, and acknowledge that maybe you're doing something wrong. The second one is slow down and be quiet.
I love that
one. A lot of singles, when they go out on dates, feel this need to rush into telling the other person all about themselves, when what they should really be doing is sitting back, relaxing, and taking in all the information of the other party and finding out if they have things in common.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, reevaluate your type, because let me tell you something. I know some of us girls out there where they keep going down the same path, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
To nowhere.
To nowhere.
Same guy in a different suit, right?
Well, and also, I mean, through time we grow and we change, and I find a lot of people, they're stuck in this rut. They keep this type going 10 years, 20 years later, when they really should evaluate their type and grow from it and change it. So,
and maybe see what's not working for them, saying, keep going for this particular type of girl. It's just not, the disco diva, okay, that wants to stay out all night. That's probably not a good idea if you're, working and you've got to be at work at 5 or 6 in the morning. It's sort of not a match. I mean, just saying. Okay, number 4, broaden your search by throwing away your criteria list. These exist, criteria lists.
Oh, I have a friend who has a checklist that she gives to guys beforehand. I'm like, you seem crazy. Get rid of the list.
She gives it to them?
Yeah, she's like, do you smoke? Because I have asthma, and that's a no. I mean, everything. And she wonders why she's single.
Yeah, criteria lists, as we grow in time, it becomes longer and longer and longer. And I really think that people should just tear up their list and start fresh, because a lot of times criteria and all the things that we expect somebody to have or not have are based on bad experiences of probably 1 or 2 experiences in our dating past.
Okay, this is a good one, too. Make it a point to go out with someone twice. I think this is excellent advice, and I don't see this a lot of places, because someone will maybe go and maybe not have the greatest first impression, but you might kick that person to the curb, and if you had gone out again, you're like, wait a second, maybe they're not so bad. I've seen it with my friends all the time. Yeah. They go through, different, this, and then all of a sudden by the second or third day, you know what, I really like this guy, and the guy I thought was number 1 from just one date is the worst ever.
Yeah.
You can be missing somebody really good.
Yeah, you really can.
Yeah. Being a matchmaker, I've put together so many couples where they have gone out on the first date and they might be questioning if they should go out again. And just by giving them a gentle nudge to go out on a second date, even a third date, I'm telling you, up to 80% of the times they end up dating that person.
Wow.
Because they finally give them a chance.
Is that also,
and many have gotten married.
Wow.
Too,
is that also going back, Christy, to your type? You're dating your type. If the first date you're like, well, he's not 6'2", and he's not, the lawyer that I wanted, and you kind of discard, when really you could have a lot going on with emotional intelligence and chemistry and.
I think a lot of people with the criteria list, that's their shield.
But are you against
rather
those
than
lists
being open?
completely?
I love this quote about the criteria list, because I completely agree with you, and that is that love is an emotion, it's not a decision. If you could decide who and when you loved, it would be so much easier, but much less magical. So you've got to allow the magic to happen, and the only way that can happen is not to have criteria and just to experience it.
Question.
Yeah.
How about if you want to avoid being put under the spell of the big bad wolf? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You've got to, you can't take your head off and completely, right? I mean, let's just be a little practical.
It's head, right?
But I always like for the first date just to go and for folks to just experience, okay? Have no preconceived ideas, just go do it and see what happens. You know what? If there's a spark there, then you can start thinking, okay, let me get the logical part of my brain involved here a little bit.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Diana, you have, you're a talk show host, relationship expert, you're a writer. You're saying the recent trend in the emerging world of relationships is women are proposing.
Yes, women are proposing. They're
Really?
getting sick and tired of waiting around, and we've been seeing this with something called a man engagement ring, where women have been dating someone.
Man engagement?
Yes, a man engagement ring.
Wow.
So, for instance, it would be like if I looked at Dale, we were dating for a long time, maybe living together, and you just were not asking. And I was talking to my girlfriends, and I'm like, you know what? He's not asking. Take matters into your own hands, and I would pop the question with a simple band. Maybe if you're a snazzy guy, I bling it up a little bit, and I'd say, like, listen, let's just do this thing.
Does that work?
Wow.
Are guys like freaked out or emasculated by this?
I'd be freaked out.
I would think that.
I did a little bit of a survey through Facebook and a couple of other sites, and for the most part, guys were like, please don't take away our power. If we want to ask you, we will ask, but this is something we would like to do. However, the minority of guys, maybe like 2-3%, did say that if a woman asked them and they were in love with her, they'd be down for it.
Yeah.
They'd wear the ring and they'd be okay.
They're like, do we still have to buy her the ring?
That's one of the big questions. That was one of the big questions.
Okay, we've got an audience poll question about this, which I can't see from here. Give me the numbers, por favor.
You speak Spanish?
We have the numbers there. Okay, here we go. Popped up. 64% think the men should do it.
There you go.
12% the women. 23 joint decision. That's interesting. Why don't you do a Facebook poll about that?
Good.
I guess that way you discuss it and say, hey, I've been thinking about it. What do you think? I don't know.
Hey, sometimes men need to be nudged into these arrangements,
Right.
so to speak.
Right.
I don't see anything wrong with it if the couple have a clear stream of communication throughout the relationship.
I also think that, too, we're living in this society now where everybody is jumping the gun, moving in too quickly, not really building up to anything, and guys get comfortable.
And I completely agree with that.
You do?
Yeah, I think things have gotten so fast, especially with younger folks. It just boom, 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 and you're married. And the number one predictor of a successful marriage, age. Across the board, the older you are when you get married the first time, the greater likelihood it'll last.
That is true, because if you get married between 18 and 23, you have like a 57% chance or something of getting divorced.
Yeah.
It's pretty high.
Interesting.
Very interesting. I'm going to refrain from comment.
You're going to give us some,
very interesting.
You're going to give us some personal comment.
I never got married between 18 and 23.
No, see, now I did. I had a starter marriage, which I guess I learned a lot from it.
Yeah, you
have. Now you're in the business marriage. So tell us real quick about your company and where people can click onto your website to if they want to.
Sure. Premier Match. It's an upscale matchmaking firm. We work with professionals across the country. One can find us on our website at premiermatchmaking.com. We have offices on the East Coast, and we also have alliances on the West Coast.
Fantastic.
Okay.
So, and you find that people are looking more towards like people that are professional and working a lot. They don't have a lot of time to be in the right place at the right time to meet someone, that they're utilizing the services of matchmaking?
Absolutely. People are so time-strapped these days that it's really beneficial, and I think it really can increase the odds of finding the right person if you outsource and retain a service like ours. We're very much like a headhunting firm, but in this type of capacity where we're trying to seek out a partner for a relationship.
And people need help. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, if you're busy and you're working and you're, an honest person that wants to truly meet someone and make a commitment, God bless you. I mean, use one of these services. Why not?
Better than you would like at a bar.
You get an expert when you go to buy a house or buy a car, or you go consult, etc. You go see doctors for certain things. Like, bring in a relationship expert.
It's just gotten to the point in all of our lives where we're so busy with everything else going on. I mean, we basically are getting experts involved in everything. So why not this too?
I like experts. As a former prosecutor, I had them on the stand all the time. And they know their business. They know their stuff. Why not consult an expert? Absolutely. Well, you guys, it's been a pleasure having you on, and we're hoping that there are a lot of love matches in 2011. I'm all for that. With Valentine's Day coming up, too.
Not the way.
You got to be offering, so you should offer some kind of Valentine's Day special or something.
I'm sorry?
A Valentine's Day special, like a promo for Valentine's Day and love match.
Love matches. We usually facilitate a ton of matches between now and the first week of February. So hopefully Valentine's Day will be, the third, fourth date.
Fantastic. I like that. Then you get a little prezi, like a box of chocolates or flowers. Okay. Excellent. Well, Christie Nightingale, thanks for being with us, founder of Premier Match. You've been on before. We hope to have you on again. And Diana Feldstone, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
Let us know how that works out with the proposals. And if you propose to a man, please come back and let us know how that worked out.
I will find first a boyfriend.
So that's I was thinking you might
See
be
how
about
it is?
to do
Look at this lovely woman. This is the problem. I'm telling you. And in New York City, it's a disaster.
It's very
I want to
here.
be positive for 2011.
Wait. Why is it a disaster?
Why is it a disaster?
Real quick, why is it a disaster,
Oh,
Kimberly?
don't get us
We wanna
started.
know.
Single girls started on this. Kim and I are going to go for a drink. We'll talk about it.
These guys, I
Have
gotta
you
tell you.
reevaluated your type?
It's just unbelievable.
Yes, I have numerous times.
Reevaluate. We're going to reevaluate again during the break, but stay with us. We've got Greg Gutfeld. He's coming back, and exclusive interview with Natalie Portman by our very own Holly McKay. Thanks, you guys, for being with me.
Thank you.